guys, I'm going to do a little experiment today. I have 3 colors, and this row has cold distilled water, and it's cold because it was in my garage at 35 degrees Fahrenheit. This is reverse osmosis water, and this is regular tap water. I tried to level all the cups, put the same amount of water in each cup, same amount of paint and Floetrol, and now I'm going to put 1 drop of silicone in each color, just so that we'll see what this does with the cells. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to stir the silicone in because I don't want to use 9 more popsicle sticks. And I don't want to contaminate each sample. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour them each into a cup, and we'll see how this goes. White. This is Cerulean Blue by Winsor Newton. The white is titanium white from Liquitex. Just kind of keep going back and forth. And I'm pouring from an inch or 2 above the cup, not super high, but I figure since it's a tall cup, they're going to mix even if I'm resting it on the rim. And the canvases, I already prepared. I put blue tape on the back and tacks so that it'll keep it up off the table surface and keep the back fairly clean. Okay, now we're going to do the reverse osmosis cup. There have been, there's people online who swear by I use this water, or this kind of water, or that kind of water, cold water, room temperature water. So I just figured I'd do an experiment to see what I like. Not that one's better than the next, but just see what I like. And not that I wouldn't change around on a weekly basis. Okay. Blue. The distilled water over here is really reacting. And I'll tell you, my tap water is soft water. I live in Utah. We have extremely hard water. And so I have a 4 foot tall by 2 feet diameter tank full of salt pellets in my basement. So that could affect the tap water. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anyone talk about that one online. Oop, I dripped in the turquoise. Okay. So I'll just tell you, this is the distilled water. It's doing something. And then here's the reverse osmosis water. There's little tiny cells forming, and this is the tap water. I just finished it, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to just pour across these 2 canvases. Hopefully we'll make usable art out of this, but let's see what happens. So I'm going to start with this is the distilled water. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'll do the tap water down here at the bottom. I don't want to have to tilt too much. So Getting it going right off the edges from the start. Interesting. I guess the next experiment I could do is all cold water or all room temperature, or even warm the water up. Okay, now this is the reverse osmosis water, which means I have a big filter tank system in my basement, and this comes through a separate spigot next to the sink spigot in the kitchen. Well, I am not going to have to do much pouring at all. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to separate them a little bit. And I'm only going to tilt in one direction. Actually, before I even do that, I'm going to just, this is a clean finger, so I'm just going to cover the canvas here. What's interesting is the reverse osmosis water was a little bit harder to pour. So where I was dabbing was sort of between the reverse osmosis and the tap water. So we'll kind of discount this line here. And then I'm going to use another clean finger over here just to get this flowing off the edge. So I'm kind of trying not to contaminate the samples. And then we'll separate those, tilt off this edge, and then off this edge. There's a lot that needs to be done on this end. Okay, I'm going to wipe my hands and lean it over here. I just want to get good coverage. Not a lot dripped off over here. You want to make sure you get the corners really well. So I think if you like cells, the cold distilled water wins. Now let's torch it. Again, I want to get all the sides and everything, so let me make sure. Oh, I've got a little lack of coverage back here. Okay, let's torch. I'm kind of surprised that there's not much more happening than what initially happened. Maybe I didn't torch soon enough. But anyway, so there's that experiment. Cold distilled water, reverse osmosis water, and softened tap water. I think I like the cold distilled water, especially if you're going for sales. There's some really cool things going on. Let me bring this up. Let me see if I can gently, I don't know. There's some really cool things. I don't want to drip on the other painting, but cells within cells within cells. That's what's happening with the distilled water. Cool. Thanks for watching. I hope that helped, and happy pouring.